preparations of all sorts are taking place right now at the Karnataka Stadium over here in Bengaluru. This is a location that's been iconic to the city for several years now. We've seen, senior leaders, of course, from various parties taking oath over here. And this is, of course, specifically chosen here to be able to accommodate thousands, possibly, who might be allowed to witness the oath-taking ceremony. Evidently, of course, one thing that's quite clear here is that even as the hectic parleys continue in Delhi, all preparations over here underway just in order to ensure that, no more time is wasted. There's a lot of reorganization of the seats that's being done here. You can actually even see how the ribbons, in the form, of course, in the colors of the Congress party over here, the tricolour, have started coming up at the stadium. Apart from which, we also, of course, managed to get a word with the DCP earlier of the Central Division, also, and some other senior police personnel also who were present here. And all of them went on to say that, traffic diversions are currently being worked out over here for the Karnataka Stadium because, of course, if at all we do see a name being announced today, that's what's being said, then the oath-taking ceremony would take place tomorrow along with the rest of the cabinet as well. What's also important is that, this that you see right here behind me is most likely going to be the podium, is what is being said at this point. But we'll really, of course, have to wait and see. A lot of hectic activity over here in terms of ground, of course, much like in Delhi. Here too on ground, it seems like, there isn't really going to be any more time that's going to be wasted over here before the oath-taking ceremony can be held.
Well, very interesting to see that on the ground, oath-taking preparations have already begun amidst speculations doing the rounds that it is going to be Sidda for CM. A quick word also from Madhav Das, Gopalakrishnan. Madhav, it's very significant for the Congress to ensure this time around they balance out the two power theatres as well as the two big egos coming out of Karnataka, isn't it? Given the kind of experiments and failures, if one could call it, that they have already faced in other states like Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, even Madhya Pradesh.
Well, Meghna, I would put it slightly differently. I would say that the two faces that they went to this election with, remember that all the publicity material, all the campaign material had largely just two faces. One was Siddaramaiah, the other was DK Shivalkumar. And they are clearly, of course, the two faces. One is, of course, a former chief minister. The other is the KPCC chief and currently is the KPCC chief as well. So in that situation, given that these are the two faces that effectively won them election, not entirely surprising that we're seeing a massive power tussle over here between the two as far as the chief ministerial post is concerned. While in fact they have been both bargaining for the chief ministerial post, it's only going to go to one person. There was a lot of speculation, there was a lot of thought about whether there would be a 50-50 power sharing agreement, whether it would be 2 years for Siddaramaiah and then 3 years for DK Shivalkumar. But it seems that all of those agreements at the moment are certainly not going to be acceptable, and it is going to be a once and for all settlement in terms of who gets what post and who gets what portfolio. And that of course also needs to be seen as to how they will be accommodating all of the various supporters within that particular cabinet as well. These are some of the aspects that are being considered even as I speak outside Mr. Kharge's residence. In fact, inside there's a meeting going on where Mr. DK Shivalkumar, where Mr. Kharge, where other leaders from Karnataka and from AICC are currently present. They're trying to work out the modalities, work out the details of what actually we'll finally see, and it's only after that that we'll get clarity on what really will be the final shape and form of the new cabinet there in Karnataka. Of course, there's a lot of speculation about whether the swearing in will happen tomorrow, whether it will happen day after, so on and so forth. But at the moment, what's very important is to know what exactly the complexion of this cabinet is, who is going to give which post, who is going to be in which portfolio. All of these are points that at the moment are very, very significant. They're being worked out even as I speak. So things in a flux, even though the meeting with Rahul Gandhi has been held with both the leaders, Siddaramaiah's side very firmly saying that he will be the chief minister. What then is the solution as far as Mr. DK Shivalkumar is concerned? And has he relented to those demands? These are some very important questions at the moment that really, of course, we will be looking at in terms of what comes out of this particular meeting. Remember, Mr. Shivakumar thus far has said that if he's not with the chief minister, he will continue to be KPCC chief and sit as an MLA. Will he have a rethink as far as that position is concerned? Will that position be revisited by Mr. Shivakumar? And what about the supporters of Mr. Shivakumar in such a situation? What happens to them? All of these are very important questions that perhaps we'll only get clarity from once this meeting concludes here at the residence of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge.
Absolutely. And the